My name is Scott Cundill, and this video is going to show you how to convert LinkedIn existing connections into appointments, calls, deals, etc. This is a basic video. Watch my next video for intermediate, and then finally a video on advanced skills on how to do this. Now, let's begin. The process is essentially not that difficult, but you have to be aware that there's something called a sales conversion gap. And this is the gap between your prospecting and getting that appointment. So your prospecting with LinkedIn and creating those connections doesn't convert immediately into an appointment or a meeting or a sale. You've got to do work to get them out of this gap. Now, there's a 4-step process, and you can go through this article in detail on maj3.com. specifically on how to convert LinkedIn connections into calls and meetings. Now, there are 4 steps. Now, very basically, you're going to start by sending a LinkedIn direct message. Now, it sounds very simple, but it's actually not, because you need to be personal. You've got to do some research. You should never, ever, ever send a LinkedIn direct message to somebody specifically about a product or service. Okay, and I'm going to go through this in more detail in the intermediary section. But if you read through this article, you'll learn about step 1, how to send that first LinkedIn direct message. In fact, you'll have a little secret conversion cheat sheet, which you can click on as well. And that's going to give you some really good ideas on how to craft that very first LinkedIn direct message. Now, most of them are not going to respond. If you've been following the maj3.com lead nurturing process, you've got a much higher chance that they're going to respond. Even then, there's a good chance that your first LinkedIn message in step number 1 is going to result in nothing. They're not going to respond. So what you want to do is 3 to 7 days later, send up a follow-up email. So you've sent them a LinkedIn message. Now you want to move across to email. Different people respond in different ways, some to LinkedIn and some to email. And the way that you phrase your email must always tell them that you connected on LinkedIn already. That's how you guys made the connection. So it's important to mention this. And the LinkedIn message is going to be similar to the email with a few differences. And once again, you can read more about it here on the maj3.com website. If they do not respond to your LinkedIn message, and then they don't respond again to your email, give it a week or 2, then move on to step 3. And this is sending a LinkedIn voice message. LinkedIn voice messages are incredibly powerful. And in the intermediary section, I'm going to give you some more info on this. And I can actually go into quite a bit of detail on how to leave that voice message, specifically around getting yourself credibility and showing your trustworthiness, because that's the most important thing. Now, a lot of people don't even know how to send a LinkedIn voice message. You need to have the LinkedIn app installed on your phone, and it's not that difficult. But how you word it and how you practice it is very, very, very important. So once again, you've sent them a LinkedIn direct message. You've then gone ahead and sent them an email. Now you've sent them a LinkedIn voice message. They're hearing your voice. They feel that they can trust you. There's a real human being behind it. You're talking about their pain. You're not talking about your product. You're trying to get a conversation going. And finally, if they still do not respond after that, or even if they do respond, you need to get on the phone. A lot of people do not like the phone. And amazingly, 90% of people that we work with have stopped after step number 1. If you stop after step number 1, it's game over, guys. You've got to do step 2, step 3, and step 4. If you follow these 4 steps and you take it and you're diligent and you use the maj3.com software, if you use the app and you measure that pipeline through your LinkedIn process, you are going to get results. It's as close to being guaranteed as possible. But guys, you need to get away from your fear and just be diligent. In the next video, I'll show you this whole process in even more detail and give you some really cool tricks to help you.